Didn't you know? The Legend of Zelda is a 1986 action RPG released for the Sega Genesis and the first installment in the Zelda franchise. Despite being an obscure title in America, it garnered modest popularity in Japan after its release, resulting in the release of a few spin-off games. These spin-offs would later become so successful that they are often cited as having single-handedly revived the gaming industry, most notably the titles Freshly Picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land and Zelda's Crossbow Training for the Nintendo DS. As the name implies, The Legend of Zelda follows the story of Zelda, a mute weeaboo who brings his katana to school in an attempt to capture the heart of Princess Hyrule. However, due to living in California, he can't marry the princess without her father's blessing, which he refuses to give as Princess Hyrule and Zelda are both only in middle school, and thus Zelda must kill all of the bats in King Hyrule's synagogue to win his favor. Despite being based in California, The Legend of Zelda actually gained its inspiration from an anime. The concept of The Legend of Zelda was based entirely on the anime of the same name, The Legend of Zelda. This is most noticeable through the similar art styles, direct ripping of the sound effects from the anime, reused music, and even reuse of the characters' names.
Well, excuse me, princess!
Hyrule.
However, due to hardware limitations, the developers were unable to implement the voice acting that had made the anime so popular, which resulted in the decision to make Zelda a mute protagonist. This trend would continue on throughout the rest of the series, until hardware advancements in 2020 finally allowed for the developers' dreams to come true.
Oh boy! I'm so hungry, I could eat an Octorok!
While all of the secrets and unlockables are common knowledge today, at the time of its release, Zelda was known for being packed to the brim with secrets for the player to find. The thing that caught fans of Nintendo off guard the most, however, was the release of the game itself. Prior to its release, there hadn't been a single video game ever released outside of Japan, barring a single copy of Kenny Dalglish Soccer Manager that had been leaked to Europe. As a result, the concept of video gaming was completely foreign in the Americas, and the arrival of Zelda overseas was met with both niche approval from Twitch streaming chads and anxious suspicion from boomers worried about government surveillance and mind-altering technology. The idea to have Zelda fight with a katana wasn't actually the original plan. He was originally supposed to use mind games to defeat the bats and rodents in-game in the form of anxious brooding that would lower their morale bars. However, this concept was too difficult to implement due to hardware limitations, and thus it was unfortunately scrapped at the last minute, though the idea would later be reused in one of the spin-offs, Assassin's Creed for the Nintendo PC. Remnants of this design choice can be seen in the enemy known as the Lever, which runs away and hides underground if the player stays in one place for too long. One staple of the series that The Legend of Zelda introduced was the magical utensils known as the Triumph Forks. According to the opening cutscene, these are meant to be weapons that are capable of destroying time and space itself and ultimately surpassing Metal Gear. However, series creator Reggie Fils-Aimé had difficulty understanding how to express this in English, and thus he ultimately ended up changing the in-game models and renamed them to be the Triforce in the NTSC release. This caused absolute mayhem in America, however, as fans couldn't comprehend why there were only 2 of them when the prefix had tri, meaning 3. When asked in a 1987 PAX East panel following the game's release, Reggie explained that his English just wasn't that good. Bruh, it's not my fault that I didn't know English. How was I supposed to know that my game would be the first to ever release in America? You Americans are all the same. You know I only speak Japanese, right? Do you even know what Japan is? Sumimasen, but you monsters need to stop hurting my Kokoro, you racist bakas. After this, Reggie was promptly escorted from the panel, never to be seen again. Didn't you also know that the trend of having professors with wood-based names in Pokémon was a reference to one of Reggie Fils-Aimé's favorite YouTubers, Siivagunner? If you want to know more trivia on Pokémon and other obscure video game series, look out for the Didn't You Know video games episode on Pokémon Gold and Silver. And don't forget to look out for new episodes of Didn't You Know video games. Hey guys, and welcome back to Nslate. So, question of the day, what do you guys think of this kind of video? I know it's more outlandish, but it's fun being able to let loose and add all of these goofy edits and stuff that I want. Reminder to check out my Mario Maker 2 streams on Twitch. Hopefully by the release of this, I'll already have the followers needed for affiliate, because I got a lot last time that I was streaming. I mean, relative to when this is being recorded. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.